Wait, I wanted to start with it. Hold on. Ready? Action.
Every angle of your face is like a maze. Take a left, you've got the sun, the star, the rays. Yeah, everybody at this party knows your name. But boy, you expect it. They all know you need it. All know you hate it.
Hi, I'm Taylor Castro, singer, songwriter, and actress, and I am going to be answering some questions about my music today. I started singing basically by the time I could sing or speak. It really wasn't anything I thought about. I know my mom always sung, so I just kind of followed in her footsteps, I guess. It was just something really fun for me to do. There's so many baby videos of me around the house with singing all the time. There's a lot of people in my family who are musical. Like I said, my mom is super musical. She used to be in a girl band, two actually. And my cousins, Michael and Michelle, are also really musical. They're also signed to PMA Records and they're amazing. So definitely it runs in the family. Music was definitely always something that I loved doing, and I did musical theater and everything like that. As for a music career, I think that kind of dawned on me when I was 15 years old, and I was looking at people my age doing what I was kind of dreaming of doing, and someone inspired me. You do it. You know, you're right. I can do that, and that's when it all started, basically.
When did you start writing your own songs?
I have literally been writing my own songs ever since I could write. I mean, it started with me inventing the songs as I went along, and I would just kind of figure it out as I went. And I started writing them as soon as I knew how to write. So I have journals from 3rd grade where I was writing various songs, and I still have them. I'd say my first actually good song that I wrote, I was 6th grade. It was about summer, called Paradise. Well, what inspires me to write is dependent on kind of the artistic vision. So for example, Pure, I was really interested in childhood ideals and what happens when we change and how do we not change and remain true to who we are. So when I was writing Pure, that was the main focus, whereas with this new project, Girl Afraid, it's almost the exact opposite in just, it's okay if you're not exactly the same as you were when you were a kid, and you're gonna find your way and you're figuring it out, and that's what it means to live. So, and it also deals with the struggle, you know, of why am I changing when I don't want to change? I think it's the main thing that I really wanted to focus on because that's why I was inspired to write here. So it just depends on the artistic vision, and that's where the writing inspiration will get pulled from for that specific project.
How have you developed, or has your music developed, from the release of Pure to the music that you're making now, Girl Afraid?
My music style has definitely become more loose since Pure. I'm not as hardcore about the way it sounds, whether it's in a certain genre. I know in Pure we were looking at pop folk, and in this one I just kind of made the song, made the melody, and then we're gonna figure out the music that fits best with that. So that's where we stand music-wise. And lyrically, there's definitely a focus on darker themes in Girl Afraid, themes of addiction and just obsession, and what comes from that. So there's definitely a shift in imagery lyrically, but it's something that needs to be touched on, you know, for a complete picture. You know, I've struggled with OCD since I was diagnosed in 4th grade, and it wasn't something I talked about on the Pure album because it just wasn't the center of attention. I was trying to forget about it and focus on positive things, you know, and that was great, and I completely agree with everything I said during the Pure era, 100%. But I thought it was dishonest and that it might make people feel a little bit like it was basically apathetic of me not to bring up dark topics and try to comfort people in the first album. So I think that realization that I failed to do that in the first album was really what motivated me into talking about what I'm talking about in the second one and creating it in general. I was diagnosed with OCD in 4th grade, like I said, and immediately, you know, I was taken out of the honors classes and put into special needs classes, which is such a drastic shift, you know, and it's really hard because you know the material, but your OCD, my personal OCD, it made it difficult for me to stay organized and stay on top of my schoolwork without getting extra stress and doing my compulsions. So that's why I had to be in the special needs classes. And to this day, I have trouble handling my OCD. I'm self-treated, so that's definitely harder than, you know, being professionally treated. But I am Christian, and that was something that happened when I was 16. And I think that just totally made everything so much easier because OCD and Christianity and like having faith in general completely overrides the doubt and the feeling that you're in control of everything in your life and that, you know, everything's gonna fall apart because of you, which is what OCD is. So having faith, it helps a lot.
Tell us about some of the songs of your new album.
What? The songs in my new album? Mm-hmm. The songs in my new album are so fun. I'm so excited about them, especially because I did almost 100% write them by myself. There's a couple co-writes in there, but I did almost 100% write them by myself, and they deal with themes of addiction, obsession, which are kind of centered around the OCD topic. So, because the whole album is basically centered around that struggle. And, but I don't just talk about, you know, mental health. I'm also using different, just allegories to explain a certain issue in your life. So that's really where a lot of the storytelling comes from and how it feels. And there's some songs in there that I'm so excited about. I just released Girl Afraid, and I love that. But I'm really excited for Abyss. I'm so excited for Abyss. And there's another one called Ophelia's Flowers that I love, all about Ophelia and Hamlet, and I'm really excited about it. My music videos are just one of the main reasons I was so excited to start creating music, because I am in school for film and I do have aspirations of becoming a filmmaker, and I am an actress. So it's almost like a little short film, and you get to 100% do an artistic vision, which I think is so exciting. And just creating the concept for the song we wrote as well. I think there's nothing more magical than when video audio and poetry come together in one perfectly melodic, it's chef's kiss. It's amazing. My Instagram followers are really sweet. I love Instagram. I think that Instagram and social media is such a fun way to express yourself if you're using it correctly. If you're not worried about what people think. And you just post because, you want to. You post that picture from that movie still you like because that says something about you. And, you're not trying to put on a facade on social media. And I think when you do that, then social media becomes amazing. And I think by doing that and just being genuine on my Instagram and all social media platforms, I'm able to connect with people who relate to that.
And what's next for you?
Next for me is the release of this second album, Girl Afraid, which I'm so excited for. And there's been so many projects in the works with music, with acting, with everything. And there's really so much coming. There's so much content coming. And I'm so excited for people to see it and hopefully get something from it and interact with it is the best. That's what it's all about, is how people interact with it. So I'm excited.
I got you through all the ups and downs. You got me too when troubles are around. I got you though there's darkness in the clouds. The light is shining down. When the earth has fallen through, I got you.